all of this. It's largely because of him that this tournament is underway.
Well, we'll find out in a live interview with Tito and William Joppi at the end of the evening. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Welcome to Philadelphia, Keith Holmes. Okay, Jim, I mean, this is a typical Philadelphia fight. Bernard Hopkins rushes in, pounds away to the body. Keith Holmes should have caught him with left hands coming in. He doesn't do it. Bernard's just getting inside and ripping vicious shots to the body and winning each round based on clean punching and effective aggressiveness. Keith Holmes, very, very little clean, effective punching.
Boy, whoever gets to fight Hopkins next, better go to the south line. You better be ready. This guy brings his stuff with him.
If he wins tonight, Hopkins will await the winner of Trinidad Joppi. That fight takes place May 12 here in this same arena. The championship to be held September 15, also here at Madison Square Garden.
Holmes should take a chance now. Go for it. There you are. Good straight. Left hand to the jaw.
Oh, Hopkins pounded him right on the leg, George.
Step away from the water.
Did it on the side where Smoger wouldn't see it.
Yep. No hitting below the belt, but it's okay below the knee.
Hands are loose.
You attack Hopkins and he starts crossing his elbows as if to say, welcome to Philadelphia, as Harold Letterman said. He loves it.
Bernard would have been good in the bare knuckles days. You know, fight to the finish, 76 rounds, Jake Kilrain and John L. Sullivan. That's the kind of fight Bernard would have appreciated. He loves to talk about his degree from the School of Hard Knocks, his 5-year penitentiary education. About as smart a guy as you'll meet in the sport. Layer upon layer of considered opinion on everything. Monday night, check out the latest edition of Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel. Among the stories, a look at a question many may contemplate but few articulate. Real Sports does. How is life for white players in the predominantly black NBA? Also, we follow Michael Waltrip of NASCAR as that sport picks up the pieces in the aftermath of Dale Earnhardt's tragic death. This premieres Monday, April 16. Real Sports. Nothing is out of bounds. Trinidad, lower left. Felix sitting next to John Ruiz, Puerto Rican heavyweight, and behind Ruiz is William Joppi. Those two ready to fight each other on May 12, ready to sit with each other and be interviewed here live at the end of the evening. Felix Trinidad moving up in weight from 154 to enter this 160-pound championship tournament. You put the 4 fighters together and physically he looks like the biggest of the 4. Keith Holmes has landed only 37 of 208 jabs in this fight. That's an 18% connect percentage, about half of what Holmes is usually able to do with the jab. So he hadn't gotten that element of his game going tonight. That has given Hopkins free rein. Pot shot him inside and out. And there's a solid left hook that wobbles Holmes. And let's see if the Executioner can execute it.
That was the closest thing to a knockdown that we've seen so far.
Stopped him in his tracks.
It was on top of the head, too, nowhere near the low shots.
Well, if Holmes wants to do anything here, he's got to take some chances, and you wonder if he's going to.
Now for Holmes, it's about protecting yourself. That's the only thing that matters now.
Get out of the corner.
Hopkins looked like he was going to fall through the ropes. Looked like he was going to pull Holmes through the ropes with him.
Legs are loose. Box out. Break. Don't punch. Don't punch. Step out. Step out.
Hopkins has got Holmes on the edge. If he can only just go out for the finish now, he could have a knockout. He's going to take a few jabs.
Another left hook lands flush.
Break. Step out. Step out. Step out.
Holmes just not doing much to keep Hopkins off of him.
Break. Come on. Get up.
2,
Get up. Come on.
3,
Get
4,
up. Get up.
5.
This is when you need a jab.
Tough against a rangy southpaw. Instead, Hopkins elects to let Holmes lead and try to counter for the knockout.
Brings him a little closer to him, he figures.
No knockdown. Come on. Go over here.
Little trickle of blood from the right nostril of Bernard Hopkins, George Foreman points out to me. Well, he needed some kind of a badge of honor to show he was in the fight, right?
Hand, son. Short right hand. All right.
Close this one out, right?
Yeah, you got to close this one out, baby. You need this round bad.
Come on now.
I'm telling you what I need to tell you, son. Okay? You need this round.
You got to fight him now, Keith. Come on now. Come on. You got one more to go. Let's put them together now.
All right, this is it right
You
here.
got one more to go.
It's up to you.
It's up to you now.
Make all that hard work pay off, man.
Clean up the water buckets. Come on.
Give me some water.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're approaching the 12th and final round of this bout. One chairman is able to stand in the ring. This is round 12.
Touch him. God bless. Let's go.
Fascinating corner work there. Hopkins appears to have won virtually every round, but you heard Bowie Fischer telling him, you really need this last round. I'm telling you the truth, son, you've got to have this last round. I didn't hear any of Holmes's people tell him that he ought to be going for a knockout.
This is a fight. When you go 12 rounds, it's the judges who count.
Harold, how do you have it through 11?
That's it. What do you want to get disqualified for? Come on, Keith. Okay, Jim. 10 rounds for Bernard Hopkins. 1 round.
Yeah, that was not a hard shot.
109-99 Bernard Hopkins.
This is the knockout that Keith Holmes is looking to get right here. He's trying to win this fight on a disqualification.
Right, go ahead.
That was not a hard blow. You're not going to get it that way, Keith. You got to fight it to win it.
There we go. Let's go.
Hopkins playing to the crowd across the ring. Smoker makes clear to Holmes he's got to come back and fight.
Bernard Hopkins shouldn't throw another punch below the shoulders.
Which is pretty much what Smoker told him as he sent him to the neutral corner.
In my young days, Larry, if you had said that to me, I would have come out of the ring and gotten you.
Try to said what?
What you just said to Holmes in his face.
Yeah, but he won't go out and get the guy he's fighting. Why would he come out the ring and get me?
I told you about that corner.
Well, that's true.
Up.
But it's also true he's made a very feeble effort, George. He's fighting for big stakes, the biggest fight of his life, and he hasn't shown us any will.
Hopkins has really been smart about the way he's going about whipping this guy. He's done a good job.
Hopkins would love to finish this up by knocking Holmes out, having said for weeks that if he didn't knock Holmes out, he didn't deserve to be undisputed middleweight champion. As one New York columnist pointed out this morning, the most likely result in the fight is Hopkins by decision, and guess what? If Bernard wins the decision, he ain't going to give it back, regardless of what he said about how he ought to knock Holmes out.
He said it was part height.
Don't punch, don't punch. Step out.
Hopkins is so crafty, George. It's like he's playing games in there.
He's a good fighter. I don't know what's with the punches below the belt. He's a very good fighter. He doesn't need it.
Intimidation, I suppose.
Now here's a guy who seems to be way ahead, trying to close the show. The guy who's behind has conceded the fight, it appears.
A less than thrilling beginning for the thrilling concept of a middleweight unification tournament. By all expectations, Trinidad Joppy will be a better fight.
Tough fight. You're a warrior, man.
Everything's cool, man. Everything's cool. Two brothers, man. All right. Let's walk the ring. Walk the ring. Walk the ring.
Keith Holmes, by CompuBox numbers, threw 20 punches in round 12. Underlining Larry's point.
20 rounds. 20. He tied D block. D block.
Undisputed champ. The undisputed champ. There's only one middleweight champ.
Top bid. Top bid. Mom. Everybody with cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer. Chalk it up. Smile. Mom beat it. Mom beat it. Mom beat it so I can beat it.
Why? Lost guy.
That's right.
Lost guy.
To the cradle, to the grave. Y'all willing to die.
Undisputed champ.
Hi, Larry. Hi, George. I bet you George my friend now. He see them trying to fake it, but it didn't work, George. Big George, my man. Larry Merchant Gym, Lampney, HBO, Madison Square Garden.
You know what?
In Delaware, everybody, family.
Hopkins showed us tonight that he's a good fighter.
Love it.
And I'm telling you, whoever's got to meet him in the rest of this tournament,
DC should be proud of
I feel for them. They better go to the hills, and they better stay in the hills. Come down when you're ready.
Well, that's going to be exciting.
I'm on my way.
The guy is
The
tough.
haters got to go to sleep.
Barring some overwhelming shock here on the scorecards, Bernard Hopkins has fought his way into the final of the Middleweight Championship Series to take place September 15 on TVKO pay-per-view.
You never know with the judges. You just never know.
How you feeling, Chuck?
Boy, is that ever true. I was in Atlantic City one night when George Foreman somehow lost a decision to Shannon Briggs in a fight in which I think Foreman won 10 or 11 rounds.
Yeah, but you always think I win.
Yeah, I do. I think he won tonight, too. Let's go up to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official particulars on this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards with a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Larry Hazard Jr. scores at 117 to 110. Judge George Colon sees it 118 to 109. Tom Kazmarek scores them at 119 to 108. All three in favor of the winner. Now the WBC and the IBF middleweight champion of the world continuing in the series, Bernard, the Executioner Hopkins.
Did a good job.
So we get the expected scores and the easy unanimous decision victory for Hopkins. CompuBox